News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Madison Pergram.
Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. In Madison, another record broken, shattered, set yesterday.
Another record. I like to break records, but I don't know if I like to break these records.
Yeah, no, not the records we want broken. Let's bring in meteorologist Kelly McShane this morning. And Kelly, we're going to go for a three-peat today?
We sure are. If it's going to be hot, it might as well be that record-breaking heat, I guess. But overall, we did break a record yesterday, and it's looking likely once again today. We're off to another warm start, just like we saw yesterday, those 60s and 70s. But check it out, Williamsburg getting down into those upper 50s. So we have clear skies, so a few of those valley regions are looking a little bit cooler, but still Prestonsburg 74, Pikeville 73. It is a warm start for most of us this morning. Over towards Whitesburg, good morning to you folks in Letcher County. We're looking at a pretty calm scene, not too much fog out there. Only really seeing that fog into Harlan, Bell counties. A little bit of reduced visibility into London. Williamsburg just went down to 7 miles of visibility. So overall, fog issue not too bad this morning, but just be careful on the roads because you may run into a little bit of patchy fog. I'll have details on the record we may break heading into this afternoon here in just a little bit, guys.
Thank you, Kelly. Well, yesterday was the first official day of the fall forest fire season. That means there are burn restrictions from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And with most eastern Kentucky counties already on a burn ban, an official from the Kentucky Division of Forestry expects this forest fire season to be a busy one.
We're only looking for it to get drier and busier as we start to see the leaves come off and more sunlight getting to the ground and really drying out those fuels.
Officials say there were 41 fires in the month of September, which is higher than usual. And they say it is important to follow all burn bans because in these conditions, one flame could lead to a dangerous fire.
Crews spent much of the day Monday battling flames inside the Daniel Boone National Forest. These are some pictures that they took. Crews say drones were used to keep firefighters safe. They also flew in a helicopter to perform airdrops on the fire. Crews were still out there on Tuesday fighting the fire. It is unclear how many acres have burned.
And check out this video Justin Prater caught with the trail cam in Pike County. There you can see a bear in the daylight eating some corn he put out. Later that night, the bear returns. After struggling a while with the camera, the bear finally gets it down on the ground and tries to snack on it. Eventually, it figured out it was not food and went on. Justin said he thought someone tried to steal the camera until he went back to watch the footage.
What an adorable little thing that is. Well, a sinkhole at the Louisville Zoo is already costing a lot of money, and it could end up costing much more. Here is a look at the sinkhole that opened back in March. Zoo leaders say they've already spent around $125,000 on fencing, engineering, and other expenses. The sinkhole also closed a train ride at the zoo. Moving that ride could cost $500,000.
A welcome center on Interstate 75 is closing and being replaced. It's in Whitley County, about 1.5 miles away from the state line. The Transportation Cabinet says the current welcome center is often closed for repairs. The new facility is set to open next fall and will cost about $5 million to build. The old welcome center was built in 1971 and will close for the last time on Friday. There will still be parking and a few portable toilets for truck drivers during construction.
Well, take a look at this. This is a photo of a Kentucky State Trooper holding a baby at a restaurant. Why? Because he noticed a new mom struggling with the crying baby. So he offered to hold the baby while she sat and ate. Trooper Aaron Hampton works at Kentucky State Police Post 3 in Bowling Green, but is originally from Harlan. What a great story.
The countdown is on for Kentucky air travelers to get their real ID. In less than 1 year, using a standard driver's license or an ID card will no longer be acceptable to fly domestically. After October 1st, 2020, U.S. citizens will need a real ID license or a passport to board domestic flights or enter military bases. Congress passed the Real ID Act into law in 2005 to improve national security. However, Kentucky is still working to make them available to residents. Kentucky started a pilot program earlier this year to issue compliant license to certain counties, but the process was delayed after the state discovered issues that prevented the program from being adopted statewide. We do not know a new launch date to distribute real IDs at this time.
A proposed bill could add Kentucky to a long list of states that would no longer allow drivers to hold any electronic device while driving. The focus is on cell phones. The move comes just days after Jerry Elder, a truck driver from Michigan, killed one man while watching a video on his cell phone on I-64 in Frankfort. Two Kentucky lawmakers, James Tipton and Steve Sheldon, have pre-filed a bill they hope will solve the problem with hands-free driving. Officials with AAA say they hope something like this in a world surrounded by phones can give some peace.
We live in a distracted society. 2 seconds of distraction can actually double your chances of a crash.
AAA reports that on average 9 people die every day because of distracted driving.
And Governor Bevin encouraged Kentucky students to participate in Bring Your Bible to School Day. Bevin tweeted a video Tuesday along with a caption that read in part, "The Judeo-Christian principles that are bound in this book are timeless, containing an amazing amount of history, knowledge, wisdom, and guidance." Bring Your Bible to School Day is tomorrow.
Well, the clock is ticking for Governor Matt Bevin and his Democratic opponent Andy Beshear to shore up votes before next month's election. Governor Bevin touted his support from veterans yesterday. Veterans for Bevin held a news conference with the governor on Tuesday in Jefferson County. The group linked Bevin's own military service with what they call a pro-veteran agenda. The governor had a message for those who have served.
I have never met a person my age that regrets having served. I've never met a person who's regretted serving, but I've met many who wish they had. Many.
Meanwhile, Bevin's opponent, Attorney General Andy Beshear, announced a new endorsement from the Internal Union of Painters, representing hundreds of artisans and workers in Western Kentucky. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning.
More news is on the way.
Despite temperatures flirting with 100 degrees, Christmas inflatables were set up in Louisville on Tuesday. We'll tell you why straight ahead.
Yesterday, we shattered the record high temperature, and it looks like we will do that again today. I'll have the details on our much-deserved cool down in my forecast next.